Look, now everybody has to accept.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I
My
gotta
legal
leave.
disclaimer.
You don't have my consent. Just
He's
kidding.
out.
You've all got to consent. You've all got to consent.
Uh,
This is what Lena and I do all the time. All right, Nicole. Let us have it. Come on. Give it up. What's the story, Morning Glory?
I know it's been a while. I haven't seen
Look
anybody,
how
and I missed
beautiful
everyone.
and everything.
Yeah,
Happy.
I'm on the back deck of my grandparents' house I talked about a couple classes ago.
Okay.
So we have like the woods back here. We did a fire pit last night, and then there's like a lake back that way. So that's kind of nice. And then if I walk down that way away from the house, there's a beach. So
Oh my gosh. How
yeah,
about some apples?
just here for the weekend, but it's really
That's
nice
great.
to be out in nature.
And how's school? Escuela.
I'm actually I'm not in school anymore. I'm done, which is
You
great.
graduated?
Yeah, I graduated. I actually I was missing for a little while because I was taking one of my board exams, so I was
Okay.
studying. But I just took it on
Congratulations.
Wednesday. Thanks.
You look great. You look calmate and with that beautiful environment behind you. So,
Feeling calm. And I
tell us.
missed everybody, so
Well, will you please save us? What should we do? What did you learn in the acupuncturing? What did they tell you?
well, I mean, I went to the same school that Alex did, or Alex
Is
is still
Alex
going
done too? Where is she?
She's not done yet. I texted her, but she didn't write me back yet. So she was texting me about herbal medicine earlier today or yesterday. So, but I feel like I still have a lot to learn. So for me, I think it was like that was the foundation, and then I'm ready to learn more. And I feel like the Qigong is helping me to kind of be more confident in what I know and make sure that I stay humble and open to what I don't know, so I can always be learning and growing so I can be of better service to others. So I'm hoping I'll be there one day.
Never. Don't think that. Enlightenment is fantasy. Forget that land. But you know what? I'm so blessed to hear you speak. We all are. Thank you so much. Because, this is why I do what I do, or one of the reasons anyway, besides the miracles, that, I get to hear all this good stuff I put out, or other people's good stuff, whatever. And it's time to listen and learn. So thank you very much, Nicole. And I'll come up with something. This is the supermassive black holing phase, where we expose all of our distortions. So I'm not allowed to be smart yet, so I have to wait. Thank you, Master Nicole. Yes! How about that, Andrea, huh? Yes! All right, send the demons over so I can mess them up, will you please? I like that stuff. Maggie, let's go. I had enough of you.
What do you want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to be yourself and forget about everyone, everywhere, and everything for this time. That's what discipline's all about. Yesterday, the drug addict, alcoholic guy that wrote me and said, "I'm confused. I have a problem. I need your help," because he watched one of my videos, right? And I said, "Score. Okay, you can do my class." And there was 2 other people who wanted to do the class. And I said, "No, you can't give me money, but thanks." Anyway, with this guy yesterday, I was suffering in myself to try to keep up, because it's just a lot, and I was explaining that the action of discipline, it doesn't have anything to do with us. It's not a me thing or a thought thing or whether I live or die or make it or don't make it. And the 2 gals that traveled here from Minnesota, that was yesterday too, to learn with me. And the one just passed her being a psychologist. I didn't know she was already a psychologist. She's a psychologist now. And the other one's real pregnant. And the same conclusion from the chaos of the world and the drive, That's what I got from Miss Maggie. We kind of have no choice. And yesterday with the guy and with the girls before that, I was like really suffering to get this through to us because I'm part of the studenthood here, right? You don't, it's not a thought thing. And you can't say, oh, everything's going to be fine. You don't know. But you want to go to hell, don't do anything. You think there's not a heaven and a hell? Look around. So I got him off the alcohol last week, right? And he was in hell pretty much last week. And I said, you already forget, don't you? I said, you know, you get one little blessing and you forget that your demons are stalking you. And you can't say, I'm going to be enlightened, or, you know, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to make it. I'm going to be a star. I'm going to have, don't think about anything. Just be a little humble and trust Romans 8:28. What's Romans 8:28 say, Mag? God, I love her because she's got the Christian thing. You know, everybody refutes that Christian thing, and it's awesome if you can actually get to some of the reality of it, but that's near impossible because we, as we all know, most Christians are. Anyway, let me see. Because I love you. But you know what I mean, honey. It's not. You see what I'm saying? Maggie?
What do you want me to do?
Well, tell us about your experience in the last couple of weeks. Is that okay with you?
It's okay, but it's not pretty.
Well, that's what I want. I don't want the pretty. I want the ugly.
Well, I am extremely a hot mess right now.
How so?
Well, it kind of happened fast, but my anxiety took over. And I think PTSD from some trauma that's happened within the past 2 years. And I can't seem to pull myself together. So I'm having like daily panic attacks and my heart feels like it's pounding out of my chest. And I'm losing weight and I can't figure it out and I'm panicking that I'm sick all the time. So I'm not good.
Okay, Nicole, you're on.
Me?
Yeah, can you try to speak to Maggie with the healing that you got from your healing training school? Is that okay?
Well, I feel like I'm too shy. And
Yeah,
I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge to share.
All right, may I say this? What would you say if Maggie came in to your place? You're going to have an acupuncture practice, I guess, huh?
Hopefully one day.
Yeah. What might be something that you might say? Just play for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone. Because what I'm trying to do in the first part of the class is I'm trying to remove from all of us any kind of hope at all. So is it working? So try to that's what makes you receptive. So that's the purpose of suffering, Maggie. But Nicole, what would you like? What did they teach you? How would you start? You know, just like 2 minutes worth.
Oh my gosh, sorry. I get very nervous when I'm the speaker box on Zoom. So I feel like, well, I would be asking a lot of questions to contextualize what's going on in terms of all of the meridians and organ systems. And so for me, it sounds like, well, first of all, I want to say I'm really sorry that you've been experiencing that, since I know that it can feel really overwhelming when the anxiety is coming up. And I'm not sure if you were also having the depression end of that as well, but I've been feeling that a lot lately too. So I was relating to what you were saying as well while you were speaking. To me, it sounds like what I would want to help you do is like to calm the shin. It seems like it's not being rooted right now, which is leading.
And what's
to
the shin?
The shen, the spirit, which in Chinese medicine is oftentimes like housed by the blood, and it lives in the heart. And the
Okay, so
heart
the
is its
spirit's
home.
overactive, huh, Nicole?
Yeah, it sounds
Okay.
like spirit's overactive. We need to like help give it a home so that it has somewhere to live and stay comfortable and safe. So maybe also needs some like grounding. Like there's a point on the bottom of the foot, kidney 1, and we could like try to stimulate it to like root you and get grounded.
And what are the kidneys house?
Kidneys have the Jing,
Uh-huh.
which is the essence.
There's 2 kinds of Jing, right? What are those 2
Yes,
kinds of Jing?
prenatal and postnatal.
Mm-hmm.
So prenatal is what you receive from your parents. In like, I guess for someone who's not familiar with Chinese medicine, it's kind of like receiving genetic material. And then postnatal Jing is created from your environment, which includes like your diet, like air, anything like around you, nature.
And
That you're
that's
taking.
fire, right? Which is the problem. And prenatal Jing is water, which is like the solution. Actually, both of them together, but basically the idea in all the healing traditions is we're overactive. So the Tao Te Ching says if the spirit is overactive, the body will sicken and die. So what do you do with the water chi in relationship to the fire chi? I'll just say it. So the water chi is your genetic inheritance. I love that analogy you gave, Nicole. Super cool. Just go with it. Don't worry about what anybody taught you or anything. Just go with your intuition all the time, because you have to upgrade Chinese medicine, and everything has to be upgraded all the time. So the feeling of your back, Maggie, is these kidneys, right? Very sensitive area. So if Andrea's put her hand on your back, you just probably go forward because that's all weak. So what's your background like? That's like the genetic material. What's in back of you? You see? So you have to see your back. If you don't have eyes and ears and a nose or an intellect, which are not permitted in this class, then you can find your body and you can find the earth. And when you do that, you'll be able to see your background. You'll be able to see what's behind you, and you'll see how that's sort of just pushing you forward. So the kidneys and the Jing that is expressed from the kidneys, which is the sexuality, create water in the Dantian, in the lower Dantian, or the lower center of gravity. Okay, so if you calm down, if you find out what's going on, if this is not your focus, but you allow the ambrosial attack of life and don't defend against it, you know what the solution for being victimized and being depressed is? Be victimized and be depressed. That's the solution of it. I do that all the time. That's my secret sauce. I suffer terribly with allowing that to change me, to go inside, feel whatever it is that he's doing and she's doing and they did and I don't know and I'm not good enough and I'm not, and actually be okay with not having a solution, not having to shine and manage. I went to town yesterday to meet those 2 gals and teach them in the park. And I'm like the main teacher of the whole Crestone, right? So my ego has it in mind that I have to be in control. And here comes Maddie, the owner of the hotel, and she's like parking her car on the wrong side of the street. And here comes the other one that they're doing meditation workshops and retreats, and they're like New Age loopies. And I'm like, wait a minute, So I didn't accept that I wasn't able to be in control of everything. And because of that, I've had to start over. Now that happens every day in my life. I'm exposed for being wrong. Being wrong. I'm just wrong. I just don't understand, or I don't have the skill, or I'm too shy, or, whatever. I'm forcing it too much. I don't know. Every day happens to me. I don't know about you. And it seems like with everything that's going on, we're trying to defend against that realization. And that's not something that is going to help us. So What in Chinese medicine is the solution is that the water and the fire mix. So fire is, I have a commentary on everything and everyone. And when is somebody going to honor me for being special? You want to go to 90 like that? That's what That's what we do. But if somebody cares about you, it's all about feeling like somebody cares about you as an individual. Just one person. That's all you need. What's the Bible say? Where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. So you need one person to agree with you. That they say, okay, right, wrong, whatever. I care about you. And I'm willing to sacrifice for you. I'm willing to have pain for you. That's it. You're my favorites list. If you can return to that after your suffering, then you can become outstanding in your field. Meaning that that environment with that husband and those children and that street and that gravel place or whatever it is, rock street, it's got a rock thing across, the trucks go in and out. That'd be a meditation for me. Every 2 minutes there's and she's trying to, Jesus help me, Jesus help me. Turn the truck over, bring them destruction. And so if you want to print, you've got to print. You have to be a printer. It means that you have to have enough integrity to be wrong all the time. I'm great at that. It comes natural. And then from that, you just go ahead and heal somebody's life. You don't ask any questions, or you kick their ass. You don't communicate about it. So that's the journey that we're involved in the world of form. But you're so high of a spirit, Nicole said, overactive spirit. Boy, she'd nail you. Because she's all the time, Jesus, 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 all the way up here. No feet. No, I'm wrong, not really. Or depression and pity with I'm wrong. Not just a sober self-assessment of I need to do something different. So in Qigong, the water from the kidneys comes down, goes in the dantian, builds up the sex. Now you're turned on. The fire is what? That's the postnatal chi, right, Nicole? That's from your attitude, how you breathe, how you eat. If Romans 8:28 in the Bible, it says everything works together for the good of those who love God, then your attitude must be off, or mine, or everybody's, that we're not accepting that the person in front of us is God wearing a mask, desperately trying to heal us. But no, we want to be in, I am the teacher. I read more books. I want to go in town and be in charge. Retarded William. So then I have to suffer. And maybe if I could actually just be a little more humble and just give a piece of bread to somebody and go home, not try to be in control, maybe I wouldn't have as much conflict. I went into the city market. They were digging in my teeth. Lena and I went to go do the teeth. And they're like, "Arr!" So now money out of nowhere and teeth out of nowhere. And I was like, I don't like this. They're doing the scaling and planing, hurt terribly. And then I went into the city market. And why shouldn't everybody be meditative? The one guy's wearing a gun, the old guy, and he's moving weird. And then some young folks didn't like me because I'm too shiny. Well, those are my justifications, right? So I got mad at them. And then now I've been processing that constantly until I have to go again next week. Because it wasn't them. Even if the whole world is wrong, which it is, because the world is seeking an external solution for a personal problem, that doesn't mean that the God flowing through them is wrong. It only means that how they're using the electricity is wrong. So if you have faith, like you have faith, then you have to suffer, pick up your cross daily and follow me, right? You have to suffer that this person is trying to teach me something. Or this old guy, I'm mad at the old guy because he's got a gun and moving weird. Why am I mad at the old guy? Because he's scared to death trying to protect his wife in a crazy new world. What am I What business do I have to be mad at him for? Because I'm supposed to be in charge. I read 1,000 books, a martial art master. What bullshit. And it just doesn't stop. That's the mind. You want to find the devil? It's called the mind. You and I have this interlinking thing between spirit and form, the mind. Form has dynamism. You got to be quicker, smarter, faster, or you cannot have an influence. If you're going to be a beautiful light like you are and have feet, then you're going to change everything everywhere you go. You walk into the room, the whole thing changes. That's what we are. Anybody that's anywhere near me is what you are. So how are you going to do it? You have to have more dynamism, not more shine up here, more roots down there. This is the transfer link. If the mind is trying to be in control, then it's not a student. It's not transferring spirit down to the body. The head and the heart are very fiery. That's another thing that has to come down. So we feel in our own bodies the experience of nourishment when the brain is in the body. Pardon me. Sorry, I'm older. Just happens. Sorry. Maggie! Let me see. I'm going to put you big. Look how pretty she is. La, 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 la. Are you going to eat some food today or no? I can see you're thinner.
I'm trying.
Oh, God, don't do that. Just forget
Not
about
going
it.
down well.
See if you can pass some gas. Just try with me. Ready? Anything?
Nope.
No. Touch the mind. Touch the earth with your mind. So everything should be about how are we going to touch the earth with the mind and accept this child, this husband, this person, this circumstance, and really not know. Only don't know. Doesn't it say that in Tao Te Ching? Why are they invincible? Because the tiger finds no place to land its claw. So if somebody points at you, whether it's your own mind or life, if they find something, let them rip it apart. You know what the Voice of the Martyrs is, Christian organization? Voice of the Martyrs is a really cool thing in that these Christians in different places tortured in communist China and wherever, and it tells all their stories, Russia, and very cool. Got that magazine, 30 years ago, and I just kind of re-got it. So I said to the alcohol guy the other day, I said, well, maybe, drinking's good. I don't know. Because you sure as hell are going to calm down if you run somebody over with the car and you go to jail. It's going to work. That's what Romans 8:28 is all about. No matter what suffering you're allowing or martyrdom you're allowing, it might work. But why not just let it happen now? Don't fight the experience of inadequacy or having to be educated or, I don't know, being a servant, I guess, being subservient even, all these words are at the essence of all enlightenment, and yet these are the words we don't allow. And the older I get, the better I get at this stuff. It's all about just sweep the floor. Just try to teach for 2 minutes. Follow directions. You don't even have to do anything. So what is the my favorites list that's going to work for you? Oh, hell. You better come up here with Andrea. Honey Bunny, Andrea and Danielle are coming to visit us, I think. Maybe Maggie will. You'll be here in the office.
Okay.
Okay. See?
Thank you.
Can Maggie come too or no?
Yes. Oh.
Okay. You know, Master Lena is the great master of all mankind, humankind, womankind, all the kinds. She's similar to God. There's not that it's God, Jesus, Lena. It's very similar. Now, this morning, I was saying, because remember PhD, political science, government, super story. Holy Moses. You guys remember her story? I'm going to put you out there, Lena. Sorry. What I got to do? So, as a child, dirt floors, right? Dirt floors in the schoolroom. Children starving. She said, well, if I could do good in school, maybe I could change something. Straight A's and everything, got everything paid for. College, master's, and PhD. Showed up in England for a PhD program, couldn't speak English. Think I'm smart. Talk to her. So then I told her, what are the main political science people? Because she's different about political science. You ask her about political science. It's like the real thing. It's not like the bullshit. It's like, how do you govern a society? Like the Tao Te Ching. And I said, I'm going to chook you, because we chook each other. It means that you get a smack or something. It's like, chook. So Maggie, I'm going to chook you. It's on your right shoulder. And I said, what are all these different things? Like there's Hobbes, because I'm learning about it, right? Hobbes and Machiavelli and John Smith, and give new names today. And then she said, oh, there's this book, and I actually never read it. It's the greatest book to do with everything. And I went on eBay, ordered it, ding. And I said, what is all this stuff put together? Write a paragraph for each one. Because everybody's got to write a book, you know, to get your certification by next year. So I hope that's not too much to ask Nicole. You're not too busy, but just put some chapter headings. So Maggie, you have to write a book, what you want to do to save yourself. Can you imagine? I said, Lena, did anybody ever do that? Say what the best of this and the best of that. Like there's all these different political science people, right? And she talks about them. It's so cool. And I'm like, what? Wouldn't that make a government? Like the enlightened government would be the good points from this one and that one and this one and that one. How does it all function together in an enlightened government? So that's her homework. So that's your homework, Maggie. I don't want to talk about it. You save yourself. Anybody else, everybody else, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. Because you're no good to anybody or anything if you can't just relax. And I mean, I can't do it either. I'm not talking from the place of, you know, like I have all this stuff covered or anything. But the devotional life is the only life you'll ever be offered. You're not going to have another opportunity to go to that lake and that beach. You're going to leave there tomorrow. So what are you doing? You've done the call, and go do something or undo something that's going to allow you to see where you, in fact, inside of your biological biography, need to surrender to whatever it is you're not surrendering to, because everything's God wearing a mask. It's that conflict that it causes us to get mixed up, like me in town, you know, or in the city market. Even if you're very enlightened and very wonderful and doing very many great things, it's still everything is based on the cross of Christ. Where am I learning and growing? How can I be humble and listen to this person and so forth? And what happens when you do it, energy streams back into you. And if you allow me to stand in between you and what you're afraid of, I will hurt it. That's what master people do. It's called advocacy. Who's the advocate, Maggie?
All I got is Jesus.
It's all you got, you said?
That's all I got.
I think
Me
that'll
and
work.
Jesus.
Okay. So what does the word advocate mean? May I ask? Just go along, please play a little.
Somebody to stand up for you and what's right,
Yeah.
and what you believe in.
Yeah. So there's so many people that'll do that for you. Jesus is a wonderful example of that. Okay. Intercession, intervention, substitution, justification, anointing. Give it to us. What do they all mean? What's justification mean? Come on, Maggie, let's go. Sorry.
I don't want to do this right
You
now.
don't?
No.
All right, I'll do it. Justification means that you're justified no matter how bad you feel, you're justified. Substitution means that it's not you alone. It's this person, invisible person that is intervening. Without the transmission of the master, you got nothing. It says in the Sanskrit yoga scriptures, without the grace of the guru, you couldn't attain happiness or success in a million lifetimes. So that's substitution. You believe in Jesus intervening, or that tree or that beach, and give up this. Because feeling and the shades of silence is the meaning of thoughts. So something has to satisfy your mind, your brain, so that you can feel. You've done this cycle so much that you've been getting numbed out.
But sometimes the brain just takes over. It's like, I know all that, you know, and you continue to practice, and you practice through all of this pain. And I mean, like, even last night I couldn't sleep because the brain just takes over. You know, I'm literally like banging my head, like, stop the thoughts. I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to see these images, and it doesn't stop.
What are the images? Okay.
Well, recently I'm dealing with the stuff that I saw with my mom.
Okay.
And the sickness and all of the stuff. And it's sometimes like when I get too quiet and I'm with the tree and I'm with the earth and I'm with the things that make me happy, the thoughts come stronger and I can't control it. They're just there and they make me go into panic and fear. And then my heart's pounding out of my chest and I think I'm going to die. And it's like I can't stop it.
You see how we're on a daily basis doing our enlightenment. The pain is meant for us to stop that and to let life do our enlightenment. Andrea, you're on. So what's that all about?
Well, I just know from my,
Andrea's been doing that with me for God knows how long it is now.
yeah, and from my own experience, like I understand what Maggie's saying is our mind can take over, but what it's starting to maybe click a hair is that when I'm with the tree, then I'm with the tree and I don't have thoughts of the past or the future. I'm with the tree. And so I feel like that's probably the hardest thing for us to do, is being in the present moment means there is no thoughts. We're just with a tree. And that can mean 5 seconds of being with that, with no thought, but that 5 seconds of no thought then begins to build on itself day after day after day. And then you find, oh, now I have 15 seconds with no thought. And for me, now I can finally have those seconds. And I don't know, William keeps telling us that over time, that's going to change our biology. So I'm just going to keep going with it. But I just think it's just practice of no thought, being with a tree, even if it's for 1 second.
Thanks. So there's an improvement between then and now. What's the difference between last year and now?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start. And I don't even know if I can articulate those. It's just a feeling I feel inside that feels more in the moment. And I feel like my mind it still goes crazy, but I have more tools to draw it back in and say, okay, no, I'm right here. Like this morning, I was with a tree and I was like, wow, I'm just with this tree. I wasn't thinking of anything else but this tree and how the sun shines on the tree and brings it growth. And I was like, I actually started to cry and I thought, and I'm going to cry again because that moment is just so beautiful. And I feel like finding more of those moments of nothingness makes me feel more happy with myself, no matter what's going on outside of me. That's what I've learned. Yeah.
Anthony, could you chime in for Maggie and say what your experience is in the last however long now?
Sure.
Master Anthony.
Actually, I'd had the opposite experience. for me, because I've had panic attacks. I used to take people with panic attacks. They're crazy. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong. They're making it up. And then lo and behold, I was taking a pain medication and I had some intestinal situation. And right when my bowels would go around my stomach, I would get this anxiety. I swear it was tied to it. So it caused me to not eat as well because I wanted to avoid that anxiety. Basically, I wanted to run, but I couldn't run. I really wanted to lay down, but I couldn't lay down because it was just this feeling like I was going to die. I can't explain it. It was crazy. And the only thing I could do was find a safe place, a place where I felt safe, just so that I know that everything around me was okay and it would relax me a little bit. Ultimately, what helped me, though, was not trying to quiet my mind. I was taught that if you resist, it's like pushing a boulder up a hill. I mean, you can keep pushing a boulder up a hill. I mean, it's futile, right? As soon as you're tired, it's going to bowl you over. Then you're going to go down the bottom hill. You're going to try to push it back up the hill. So basically, I was taught to accept it. So all these thoughts, pain, the suffering, my dad, my stepdad's abuse, all this stuff that really made me like angry and stressed out and, poor me. And this sucks. Basically, just let it flow at when I was at the safe place, right? Because if I'm not in a place where I feel sort of safe, well, then I'd have a panic attack when that would happen. So what happened was over time, it became a meditation. Okay, say I'm going to lay by a tree and I'm going to meditate and I'm going to quiet my mind. Well, that's when all those thoughts will jump in. What do you mean quiet your mind? Because I'm an overthinker. So as soon as I go to quiet my mind jumps up to triple thoughts like, oh, wow, remember this happened, that happened, you're not good enough, you didn't finish that, you should be doing more, you made this mistake, all this stuff. So I simply observe it. Maybe I'll cry, maybe I'll get pissed, maybe, and over time, practicing just being in a safe place, observing my mind, not, I guess acceptance would be the word for it, not resisting it, surrendering to it. Kind of like you talk about the stuck list. Over time, I could actually have similar memories without the pain being attached to it. So I could have a memory of something super traumatizing, and instead of, anxiety, I was like, okay, I feel a place of love instead. I'm alive. I was given this gift of life. So I know I went through this. It's okay. I can cry. I can be mad. But for some reason, that anxiety attachment disappeared. And I can't really explain it. But it started by not resisting it or not trying to control it. When I heard the word control, to me, that's a red flag. Because the more I try to control, the more I'm getting beat back. It just has never worked for me. It's like counterintuitive. You think, well, I want to control it. I don't want to feel this. I don't want that. This is terrible. I'm sick. I can't eat. I just want to hide. I want to feel better. God, please help me. But it turned into pushing the boulder up the hill. I mean, and the hill got steeper. So it wasn't until I accepted it and cried and went through the pain. And, there's some other things I did, like write down what it is that really hurt me, and then burnt it, like symbolically, just burnt the paper, certain ways to sort of let it go, kind of, but I still have the same similar thoughts still come up. I can still have the same thought that gave me anxiety. Every once in a while it'll come up, but over time, it's just the thoughts there and the memories there, and yeah, it hurts. It just doesn't quite have the power anymore over me, And the breath, of course, I didn't mention that, but breathing, nature. And I think, like you said, when I feel my body and I feel gravity, I'm connected to the earth, it does sort of pull me out of this sort of, spacey, etherical sort of, Jesus mode. Because I grew up with Jesus as well. And Jesus guided me to do that. That's the thing. So even though the Bible has all this wisdom in it, and through practicing, all
An
of a sudden,
escape. It's a defense mechanism. Bullshit.
the wisdom becomes available to me. It's not like I'm less than God. I'm part of God. Like Jesus said, kingdom of heaven lies within. So it's not this separate thing.
What is Anthony, huh? Oh
I
my
don't
God.
have to suffer the kingdom of heaven. Jesus said that. So if I believe what Jesus said, which I do, the kingdom of heaven lies within. So, you know.
So where is it? Ain't in the intellect. The faith
No.
comes by hearing, hearing by the washing of the water of the word. So the words produce silence. The only reason why I say so many mean things is because your health is my responsibility. That's how I feel, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, so it's hard for me to explain, but the process worked because, like I said, I know. So anyone, when they say they have anxiety or they have like a panic attack, I have much love and compassion for them because I know how real it is. Ultimately, I was trapped in my mind. I was trapped in my mind, and it made me feel like I was going to die. I wanted to lay down, right? I was tired. I laid down. No way. Oh, hell no. I wanted to run. I couldn't run. So where do you go? Right? So to me, just being in a safe place, a place where I felt safe, right? I have to admit it. I went and cried to my mommy. Just the only place I felt safe. A grown man crying to my mom, "Mom, can I come over?" I mean, I was freaked out. But once I got to that safe place, observing the thoughts, I know I'm not going to die, even though I feel like I'm going to die, right? My heart's beating, okay. And accepting that, my stepdad did this and I went through that and it totally sucked. And I saw this person die and they suffered. And over time, it sort of dissolves away, and having faith in God helped. Jesus is a tool. Jesus is a great teacher.
God, so great.
But there's many ways to interpret what he says. So I have to be open-minded. Okay.
Something interesting that Jesus said, which can tie us into going forward? Anthony, that's so awesome. You should see the ladies' faces. All of them are like,
I admitted I cried to my mommy.
You're being a heartthrob, I think. So, forget me. Just watch this. Baba G, Baba G. Okay. Screen share.
So I guess the answer is love. Love will dissolve it all.
Let me see that, Nicole. Look, I'll put you on, since you're shy, I'll make it worse for you. Put you on the screen for everybody. Wait. Oh, I don't know how it works. Look at that. If I have a daughter, I want her to be just like you. Now, watch this here. How do I get rid of this? Watch, listen. He said, describe God.
Describe what? I didn't get you. Describe God? Oh. Describe God. If God could be described, that which you call as God wouldn't be worth pursuing. Describe God, you can't. It is a ludicrous question. It is because there is a very important saying, I think it's in the Quran, but it's a very important saying. No one knows God but God.
This guy's dying right now on his deathbed.
Agree that God
Such a
is
great Zen
ultimate.
teacher. Oh my God.
And then you should not say anything about God. You should not talk about God. You should not use any notions to describe God, including the notion being, non-being, beginning, ending, good and evil. none of these notions can be applied to
All
God,
the talk, all the
because,
words
you
has
have
to be taken into meditation.
Absolutely. Is,
You have to become quiet.
the ultimate. It's like nirvana. Nirvana is the extinction of all notions.
In other words, God is so big,
Spend time with him.
so wonderful,
And Thich Nhat Hanh, so many of
marvelous,
these people really.
so close to us, the source of our being, the giver of all gifts, that we can't possibly form a concept of it. We can only accept him, accept the mystery of this presence, and to contact him through gratitude and love, which admittedly is not going to heaven, but at least it's a crack in the mystery that we begin to perceive that somehow everything that happens is manifesting the goodness of God, all appearances to the contrary notwithstanding.
I know in many cultures around the world, God has always been established as some kind of an entity. Any entity, however large it is bound to be a limited entity. When you say something is, any something is always a limited possibility. So when you say God as an entity, especially an entity that you can describe or define, that means it is a limited possibility. If it's a limited possibility, it's just like you. One more thing. So you want to meet that or not, it's up to you. But what is being referred to as God is just people's idea. It's a whole lot of belief systems. Every culture believes its own kind of God. I come from a culture where there are a million gods. It's a very rich culture. If you can create a million gods, it's nice. Now, people have always been believing that if you believe in one God, everything is going to be okay.
In the Bible, God is
But our history
described
is sufficient proof to tell you, one God people have been creating lots of problems
as
too.
preserver, destroyer, creator, nourisher,
Describe
educator, all
God.
kinds of ways. That's what
Where
he
does he
means.
live?
Describe God.
And you just started with saying, where does he live?
Is God really a he or a she? Oh, come on already. Depends on the context and the culture, how it's talked about.
How can there be anything that is not God?
Us, with our limited mind capacity, with our limited, we can't know God.
The experience
God is-
of God.
The
what you
Sufis
want.
say God is beyond even our idea of the beyond. And where can God be found? God can be found everywhere.
Not the idea.
Because one should never limit God.
To describe God, God can't be described. Unlike the Buddhist teaching, the Buddha talks about that which we call the unconditioned. He says to a group of monks, there is an unborn, undying, unchanging, uncreated. We can't say what God is to label anything and say it's this, limits it to this. But when we talk about it in terms of the unchanging, the uncreated.
In all traditions, God
what
comes from
is.
void. So it's
What
before
about
form, it's before
definition we can
thought,
give that's a new definition?
before energy.
Use.
You want to
Then we
have
come to God.
invincible energy in Qigong talk, then you have to embody spirit. Not always be worried about what he says and this one and whether I'm going to live or die or this kind of stuff. But everything is a worship. Everything is a worship. Everything is a worship. Right now is a chance. You have a chance. I have a chance. That's all I do. I start over. Like a baby that never smiled, it says in the Tao Te Ching. I just start over. I don't understand. Maybe Nicole can help me. I don't understand. I'm confused and I need your help. Do you get it? Maggie, when you're listening to that Anthony, you didn't have a freaking problem in the world. All you were doing was being loving. You lit up like a Christmas tree because you said, this guy I can trust, this guy is safe, this is the person as a male even. God knows males are difficult. You know, and all of this, and you just, not a problem in the world. All you have to do is go to the homeless shelter. That's all you're going to do. Give your life to God. You want to give your life to God? That's what you're doing. That's what your talk is. Do it. Sacrifice everything. And everyone. And just go ahead and give somebody a piece of bread. Message Anthony on the thing. Create a friendship. Care about the other person more than you care about yourself. Yourself, I'm doomed. I don't know about you. You all got hope in something? I don't know what the hell you have hope in. I'm being forced into the grave. That's what's happening. I'm being crushed into soil to become mulch. That's my destiny. What's your destiny? You got some other thing? Now, from that, if you accept step one and have a period after it, that there's a hell of a lot of hell and doom and you don't understand and you could get destroyed at any moment. You could die of a terrible disease. You could have. I was trying to explain this to the pregnant lady. It was so hard because she's having some difficulty and everything. And I was trying to explain, you can't define anything. You can't stay with words. That's a catalyst to feeling. You can't say, I'm going to save my baby. I'm not going to save my baby. After you accept everything, maybe you can start to say things like that, okay? But because we can't become humble and accept the challenges that are upon us, then we create an addiction to making some result happen. And then it has less chance of happening. So I was trying to get her to relax. And that's the best chance for the baby to survive. I was trying to get her to give up outcome. That's part of any process. The more you get involved in process, when Nicole was doing those tests and everything else, she didn't think about anything else. There's no time. That's the beauty of school. You're distracted from everything else. You learn how to concentrate. But what are you concentrating on? What's the school for? It has to be for the greatest project of your life. That's you. And if you give up this attachment to making it or not making it, you might make it, but don't say that part. You might have so much energy that you're a powerhouse and you can do amazing things. If you can give up outcome and you can just let somebody and something minister to you. So everything is a worship. They say in the Amaji movie, the guy, everything is a worship. Every single thing is another chance to start over again. Time expands. Your sense of time and your sense of space expands. Neuroplastic and epigenetic influence. This is a good one for anybody that's a teacher. Remember this phrase. Neuroplastic and epigenetic influence is determined by the strength of experience. So your entire life, your genes and your children, it's all being programmed by the experience you're having right now. So if you're trying to not have a diseased, infectious experience being part of the problem, then you certainly are going to go crazy or have terrible problems because you are infectious and you do have problems and you do things wrong and people are negatively affected. And if you try to get beyond that, which Maggie and Andrea are still, both of them, so strong and smart and pretty and beautiful, all this stuff, that they get this attachment to. I'm going to have to be that for everybody and everything. And that's the problem that we all have. So if you want to program your brain different and program your genes different, you have to have a strong experience. So if you have a healing experience right now, something wonderful, and then something tries to distract your mind away from continuing in this direction, that's what the fight of life is. You must not be distracted. You must stay focused at all costs and continue to be healed, because you're not going to create an external solution for a personal problem. Okay. Epigenetic and neuroplastic influence is determined by the strength of experience, right? So why not have some great ones? Why not stop time today? Forget everyone, everything, everywhere. Forget who I am and who you are. Whether you think I'm this or that, or I'm this in your life or that in your life, whatever. Who cares? Make a break for it. You be the concourse of the universe. You be the anointed one. You accept all of the sights and sounds and thoughts and psychic energies and let them converge in spine and brain. Let them converge inside you, because the miracle ingredients produce the miracle chamber. The miracle ingredients are everybody, every thought, every experience that you are and that the other one is. Look, these instructions are irrefutable. You're not getting away from them. Sorry that I have to be in your face doing it. Because the worst thing is, look, Andre, you're yawning at me. Yeah. No, the my favorites list and the stuck spot map, you're not overcoming that. So if you accept that the my favorites list and the stuck spot map are your path in life, then you have something to, hi, look at that. Healing for everyone. Okay, let's go outside and practice. That was very nice. You ready to practice, Taz? Oh, look, some special note. Say hi to him. Why don't you just say hi? Give him one lesson. All right, okay. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Shake it off, Mag. Qigong, there's three paths. In Chinese medicine, there's three paths. There's the fire path, there's the water path, there's the wind path. The wind path is reverse circulation. You go this way. The fire path is normal circulation. You go this way, front down, back up. So you have to get enough clearing and enough help that you feel magnetic energy in your body. That's the only way you're going to change your neurology, because it's an inside job, the kingdom of heaven, right? All right, a little more shake off. Gorilla, big gorilla. Good. Push-ups. So you don't really think about whether it's going to work or not. You just do it. And you think, I'm going to do it for 1,000 years. Hi, honey bunny. See a little magic girl, honey? All right, let's jump around for the little girl. Badwa Jing and 5-animal frolic are two of the deepest things in Qigong. One of the oldest forms of Qigong is 5-animal frolic. You imitate a bear, a deer, and so forth. We're just going to have you imitate whatever you like in your own life. But for now, just go ahead and do these. Bird, soaring bird. A little girl ought to like soaring bird. Let's pretend we're birds.
She just said, I want to be a bird. And then you said it.
Perfect. Tell her thank you. I'll try to do better. I will buy ice cream. Okay. Actually be a bird. Can you identify with being a bird? How about a bear? Let's be a bear. I don't know how to be a bear. In the traditional forms, cool. We're going to do that scratching, Maggie. That's a good one because it gives you animal power. Scratching, guttural, that's part of what we're going to do in a little while. You need to get animalistic, really. Bear, what do they do? Who's got a good bear? Oh, Nicole's got a good bear. Check that out. Uh-oh, I think she is a bear. We watched a movie last night. The shaman guy thought somebody was a bear. And then the person said, I'm not a bear. And he said, that's exactly what a bear would say. Wow. I think Nicole might actually be a bear. That's kind of too good. All right. What else you want to be? Tell the little girl to tell us what animal to be. Will you?
No.
Which animal you want us to be, hon?
What animal do you want to
I
be?
have birds on my shirt.
Yeah.
All right, let's do bird again. You want to do bird with us?
I'm really tired.
Sorry. I have to listen better. Please forgive me. Doesn't your mommy have pretty hair?
In the back.
In the back, yeah. What kind of ice cream do you like?
Vanilla.
Oh my gosh, vanilla? I would love to have vanilla.
Chocolate.
But where do you get it? Do they have it at the store or do you have to go somewhere?
Ice cream.
At the ice cream shop.
Oh. Sprinkles too or no?
I love sprinkles. Anyways, I like pop.
You love sprinkles. Rainbow sprinkles.
Rainbow. Chocolate too or no?
Yep.
I got two. Chocolate and a lot of vanilla from my dad.
Like a large cone or a small one or what kind?
I ate all the cones.
Oh my gosh. But didn't you save any for your mom?
You can tell him you're a unicorn. Go ahead. Go ahead, tell him.
And my name is Unicorn Gloria.
She's Unicorn Gloria. That's her name.
Unicorn Gloria? Well, nice to meet you, Miss Unicorn. Is Gloria your last name?
Yes.
Very nice.
And my favorite color is pink.
Let's practice standing now. A lot of feet. Find your feet. Miss Unicorn, do you want to practice standing with us? She'll run away in approximately 4 minutes. Just try to be like really strong in your stance, like a gorilla. Because that's body power. So spirit in the body creates chi, creates magnetism. Statement in the Qigong scriptures, if you have your attention on spirit, you're going to become confused. I mean, it's energy. You're going to become confused. If spirit is embodied, you'll be invincible. So we want to come down more. Let's prayer hands. And let's bow to the earth person, this living person under there, okay? And as time goes on and you practice this form, you'll learn to co-process different things. When you open up to the earth underneath you, you can process being connected to the magma, the soil, the moving tectonic plates, the metal ball at the center. How many things can you see? The smell of the soil? How much can you see? How much can you experience? If you try it again, you can do it some more. See if you can concentrate, extend your attention span, like leaves and snow. I wonder if Miss Unicorn likes leaves and snow. Things on the ground. Do you like leaves and snow and earth and gardens? Gather in. Calm the head. And bring it down more feet. Prayer hands. Now, how about the ocean and the sky? I mean, the trees. We'll do the sky in a second. Trees, different things that are out here. Mountains. Can you connect with bears and lions and mountains and oceans and dolphins? Can you feel all that within you? When Qigong was first created, it was all about imitating the animals, doing dances. All traditions follow the same path. They start with some kind of talk. They go into some kind of repetitious exercise, worship, prayer beads, dancing in the woods, and then they go into trance. You have to do that drum beat. Open to the sky. You just do the drum beat. It's extraordinarily boring, and it's extraordinarily simple. You're going to address the scent. You're going to put some essential oil underneath your lip. Lena and her mom wrote a book, and it's all about these butterflies that come from the cosmos, and they have this scent of orchids that heals the entire planet, all of humanity. And so I ordered the same thing because her mom called it vetiver in the book. So I ordered it, and we said that this morning, right, honey, that it's like you put that scent there, and you smell it, and for us, it reminds us of the book and the healing of the humankind. So you use whatever trick you can. The scent, the sight, the sound. You hear the water there in the fountain, the blue sky. You don't think about it. You just, like a drumming a beat. Where's that Maggie? There's this blue sky, right? You see it? Now everything will distract you, but you've got the sound of the water. You hear it? Only one thing has to capture your attention for you to get healed. Just one. What I'm saying is when you do your devotions, do lots of things. Do the nature, do the word, do different things. And then it creates this springboard to having one moment that heals you. Because you only need one moment. Just one moment where you feel safe and you discharge the stuff down, discharge it down. The idea of hell being down there is not exactly true. The reason that that's come about is because when there's more gravity, there's more energy and dynamism. More gravity, more energy and dynamism. So if you bring spirit into your body, if you come down from your head into your body, you're going to have to be able to move and shake. You're going to have to be a fighter. Do like this for the void. That's the source of every religion, void. Interesting. Science says all matter is 99% empty space. Interesting. Open up like this. So you do a funny form. and you trick yourself into getting healed. Down, because the brain is like a computer. Just get the right code in there by having something under your nose, an essential, or going outside, reading something, watching a video, reading a word, do a bunch of different things. Now you can meditate. But you have to follow the directions. That's the hardest part. Nobody wants to follow directions. Just follow it. Just go, yeah, okay. Be a follower. Guy that created the Navy SEALs says it's not about leadership, it's about followership. But the whole world tells you, don't be a follower, be a leader. You're an authority unto yourself. I wanted to talk about that. What's authority mean to you? Is there such a thing? Or no, everybody's a great authority and there's no, sages and saints are our authorities. Go like this. Watch the field. Keep going, please. Now, if you can't be connected with the sky above you and the earth beneath you, then you're not following the core of all Chinese medicine and all Qigong and Kung Fu and Zen, which is the three powers. When Huangdi created the roots of Chinese medicine, it's all about the three powers, not the three treasures. Everybody teaches it's about the three treasures, which is essence, energy, and spirit. But that comes from the three powers. So it's better to focus on the three powers. Put your hands like this and receive some grace. Let sky come down through your head and into the earth. And just stand there. Become outstanding in your field. Establish your roots. Where you're standing. You're allowed to stand there, Maggie. You're allowed to occupy this space in the earth. You are allowed. You know why? Because there's plenty of room around here. Everybody tells you no, right? But it's not true. The space and the sky is enough to give us all everything we could ever want. And anybody that's tricking you to pay attention to them instead of that truth is just, they can just, move along. Like this. Stand there and find your feet, okay? Become more grounded in your personal presence. There. Just enjoy the sky coming through your head and into the earth. Make your feet heavier. That's what self-defense is. It's gravity. Oh, that's great, Maggie. She's in it. Nicole, let me see you. Okay, soften your eyes into receptivity. Little bend in the knees. Relax everything down and through. And find your feet. Make your feet be part of your mind that touches the earth. Anthony, soften the eyes, please. Sorry. Just soft, be receptive. No, you don't have to look at me or out there. There's no more out there anymore. There's just you receiving for yourself. This is a time where you can stretch time and just take it all in, soak it all up. It's for you. Keep me alive. Go ahead. Ow, honey. Darn it. All right. One finger's in. Oh. Now, who can tell me what you're doing when you go like this and one finger Zen? One of the greatest Qigong forms created by Damo, the person that created Zen. Does anybody know what happens when you're doing this? When they could tell me? Good. Oh, I can't hear you. I think Anthony might be saying, but you're opening up to the sky and the stars. See? So you're imagining stars. In every religion, enlightenment system, God's truth is talked about through nature. In the Bible, it says God's law is written on the face of nature. So when you become unbounded because you feel better, you start to know the stars are out. So in this energy form that we're doing, called One Finger Zen, advanced Qigong form, you must imagine the stars. Okay? Imagine the stars like this. So if it's 3 a.m. and you see those stars, that's a particular feeling, right? Get that feeling. And then gather the stars like into a spinning galaxy. And that spinning galaxy comes into your head and into your brainstem. That's when you're saying, oh. That spinning galaxy goes into your throat. Ah. That spinning galaxy goes into your heart. Hum. And then your heart softens into receptivity. Notice how stressed everybody's heart is. The whole world is like that now. So you want to make sure somebody's touching your heart, that you become heartfelt. All right. Brain is going to heart. Stars are coming in the heart. Hum. And then a little bow. In Zen, we bow like this. And then open up. And how you always want to make your fingers softer, because the more soft your fingers are, the more current can flow through. If you can soften your nerves, you're going to have more current. So you're all the time trying to make it softer. If you want to defend yourself and you make a punch from that kind of softness, that's the master puncher. So you want to relax more, you'll have more current. In physics, the decreased resistance in a wire carries more current. So you want to learn to relax your neurology and reach your bones. Give enough time so that you find to reach your bones. Anthony, if that takes 5 hours, I mean, it takes me all day and all night and I still really can't do it, but there's some significant experience. If it takes you 5 hours to reach your bones, reach your bone. Take 5 hours. Nothing more important than this, okay? You think something else is more important. It's not true. Just whatever version's on your My Favorites list of what I'm talking about, healing yourself, that's what's most important. If you're 95 years old, I always say it right under you. If you're 95 years old, what have you got? That's what you want to win at. You want to win at that game here. You want riches? That's called being rich. Oh, that's beautiful, Maggie. Look at that, honey. What she's doing. Like nice one. That's great. Oh, look at you. Honey pie, how did you do all of this? That's Lena's getting this real Chi master stuff. I guess because she's stuck with me. That's so good, honey. All right, like this, and then down. Now adjust your hips. Have a little butt to you. Don't put your butt forward. They tell you in Qigong and in Tai Chi to put your pelvis forward. That's not correct. I don't care if every master you ever meet tells you that. It's not correct. That's for fighting. We're not fighting right now. So have a little bubble butt to you. A little butt, because that allows you, like a gorilla, you know, that's where your body is. Your body is the root of your brain. The earth is the root of your body. Don't become so heavenly minded that you're of no earthly good. The earth is all about conflict. So you're going to have to move and shake with it. But unless you're really emitting power, you don't want to have your pelvis forward. You want to have some butt to you. This goes like this and down. Try to lay it on me for you. Like this. Adjust your hips. Which hip is which way? Find your hips. Reach the bones. All right, like this, and then up. Now, 1, 2, 3. This way. This way. This form done by Ken Cohen, done very well, is on the homepage of the Qigong group site, Facebook site. I advise you to just press play on that thing and learn how to do this form. You have to do something. So this is some physical energy thing that you could do. Sure, it's all a game, and sure you should be able to do it with your brain, but it doesn't work. You have to play by the rules of the illusion you're bound by. So do little rituals like this way. Push. More pressure, like a stronger spring. You feel it in your hands? The sky and earth that's positive electricity, that's negative electricity scientifically. So your eyes, you have to fall in love and be a mystic and be connected with sky and earth. Then the magnetism is there. If you're tending to your child or something like that, it's no problem, or a cat. So what about for you? This way? Isn't it? Very good, Nicole. Very good, everybody, very good. This way, and put the middle finger down. If you want to turn it just into how you move and you don't want to do the silly form, that's fine. But you've got to open and close the cabinet correctly. You've got to slow down, step properly, because your body is part of your brain. Don't be so much in your mind that you forget the healing that's present by connecting to your body. What are we doing this way? And then out here. And like this. Now we're going to do the other side, left over right. Ready? Oh. Om. Easy spring, stronger spring, heaviest spring. So your mind has more intention to press the spring. The key to magnetic power in your body is, as an exercise, is pressure. So if you need to come down from your brain into your body, imagine that there's these magnetic waves. When you're doing a spring, you should feel the magnetic waves in your hand. Does anybody not feel magnetism? Same stuff as a magnet. That comes out of your hands. Scientific fact. So if you imagine a small spring, larger, heavier spring, and a larger spring, your mind sends the energy out. So you want to create a result, a business result or something, you have to have magnetic power. Or a healing result in your body, you have to have magnetic power. So in Qigong, this is a way that you get the magnetic power. Compression breathing. Imagine wrapping your bones. Imagine squeezing your bones. Do this thing, moving through mud. I'm trying to explain the principles, you know. I hope you understand. So it doesn't have to be this funny form. It can be just how you open and close the cabinet. Look, there's psychic pressure on you from people. Okay? If you start to accept more of that, you're going to find that you're a magnetic generator. You're moving in magnetism. You'll start to live in such a way that this sea of magnetism becomes what your experience is. So this little exercise in Qigong of pressure will help you get out of your head and into your body, because you're going to create more magnetism. The mind is going to send the energy out to the muscles as if you were pressing a spring, but it's not going to be used in the muscles. So it's going to go out into the air. That's all hard science. You've got to watch this 1,000 times. This way. And what are we doing? Like this? Notice how even your fingers are. Are they relaxed? left on top of the right. 1, 2, 3. Like this. 1, 2, slow down. 3. Good. Like this. Left hand on top. Like this. Oh, Nicole's back with the super hand turn. Let's do the Nicole hand turn. You ready, everybody? Honey, this is like you doing paintings with the brushes. God, isn't that great? Now, you got me babbling about the pressure lesson. Did you understand me? One spring. Good. Another spring. Good. And then the big spring, sky and earth. This way, let me see. Good. Oh, that's good. 1, counterclockwise. 2, 3. Finger down. 1, 2, 3. Out here. 1, 2, 3. Original temple style Tai Chi form. I'm a student of Master Gu on the Wudang Mountain. That's the real masters of this stuff. It's only what's on your My Favorites list. Look, you have to concentrate on your My Favorites list. You know what we do? We use our brain to keep everybody out. That's what we do. If you would just accept my instruction with the My Favorites list, you could let something in. You could make contact with the Wudang Mountain. You could make contact with the home and shelter of the church. I don't know. Make it your whole life. 45 degrees with the feet. Andrea loves this part. She's really good at it. 45 degrees. All the way through the right foot. Oh, I'm supposed to turn around, huh? Does this work? 45 degrees. This is how I teach when I teach people with me. So I guess that makes sense, huh? Just follow me. This way. All the way through the right foot. Step out to the left. Turn in on the right heel. Now your feet are straight. 3 breaths and fill up your body. Bringing down energy from the sky, up energy from the earth into your belly. Just go like this. 1, 2, 3. Now, start 7 movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the left hand comes up. Right hand comes over. 5. Can everybody do that, please? Wow, look at Maggie rock it. You got it, Andrea. Look, no biggie. You do it. Anthony's got it. Nicole? Oh my God, look at her go. She's got a bright future, this girl. That's good. Now, sky and earth, not you. Watch the ego. Caroline, I'm sorry. Can I see it? I'm like playing teacher now, honey. Can you do it again? Do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Honey pie. Great. Okay. So we're here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the weights on the right foot. Good. 6. All the weights on the left foot. One of the keys in Tai Chi is single weightedness. When you're weighting in a line, go on one foot. Learn how to be on one foot. Great for mental balance. So when you're doing this, you're totally 100% and 0%. You'll notice most Tai Chi people don't remember that or follow that instruction. Big key to Tai Chi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is 6. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when you're here, you see me okay? When you're here, the energy of this hand goes down to the earth. The energy of this hand goes out into the environment. 7. It spirals from the back of your hand this way. And there's a circuit from the earth, from the sky, and you go like this. Start over, 45. 1, 2. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, sorry. 45 degrees. All the weight in this foot, step out, turn in. 1, 2, 3. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see the sky and earth? 6, 7. 45 degrees. All the weight in the right foot. Step out to the left. Turn in on the right heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there. All the weight's on the right foot. Right foot, right foot, right foot. Oh, that's good, Nicole. Good, Anthony. Okay. 6, 7. This goes down here. This goes out here. That's the martial aspect of it. What it means is that a punch is coming here and you're doing this. With the punch, you're grabbing the wrist. You're stepping, and then this goes to the neck or as a strike. So when you move your body like a whip, when it's very, very loose, it generates extreme power. Honey, I've got you on big screen so I can look at you. La, la, la. Okay, let's just get ready to meditate, okay?
Danielle said she's in the waiting room.
Oh no, how long's you been there?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, that'll work. Hi, and welcome to today's broadcast. My name's Will Martino, and what I'm attempting to do is to confuse you so completely that you forget about your life. Welcome. If you would like to send in $5, I can mail you a piece of paper that has been prayed over me and that will absolutely deliver for you new possibilities in your life. Just click the link at the bottom of the screen that you'll see come up in just a few moments. Danielle, Danielle.
Hi.
Hi. Danielle's got the new magic farm, Maggie. You know it? Tell her, Danielle. Tell her.
Where do I start? Last week I was saying to a friend that I feel like Jackson needs land. And a couple hours later, one of my friends said, my friend has a small rescue farm that needs house sitting for the next 5 months starting in November. And I thought, oh, I want that. And so we got that.
And then the sister attacked, right?
Oh yeah, I got blasted. I think I'm probably still getting blasted, but I'm working on being grounded in my goodness and my truth. And this morning during my workout, I biked this morning and spinning, and tears came. It was like the perfect workout. It was with I don't know if you know Peloton, but they have like classes of real teachers. And she said, stop what you're doing. And as soon as I stopped on the bike, I just sobbed. And then I started to go again. And I thought, I'm just going to expand my bubble further for protection. Because I feel like my bubble's been 5 feet around me. It needs to be like 18 million feet around me. I'm really glad I'm here today because I just need tune up from being blasted.
If you get to the place of where you're completely distracted and you've got the farm and you've got the quote and you've got Andre's hair and you've got Masterette Carolina Grace and you've got Nicole's. We got to see Nicole's thing today, Danielle. She went like this.
I always think of her hands when I do it.
I know. I so was doing it. And Maggie is a prophet. She doesn't want to believe it. And all these things. It's just so wonderful. So look, full spectrum preparation. Please write it down, for God's sakes. Full spectrum preparation creates a platform and a springboard to the miracle. Might as well just say miracle. Why not? Full spectrum preparation creates a platform and a springboard. You cannot be in control. But if you accept a blessing into your eyes, your nose, your ears, your intellect, your emotion, somebody else giving to you, you not being the master, you being the student, that's going to create a platform to where you have this amazing moment. So if you want to create advanced Qigong work or advanced meditation, you need to prepare yourself by nature, lavender oil, sound of flowing water. You need to do a drum beat. Remember, the shaman in the woods is doing a drum beat, right? And then the Catholic is doing the prayer beats. And then the Tai Chi person is doing the form. And the fighter and the dancer and the whatever. Everybody, we all have our ways to get to it. What I'm giving to you is that each level is like a little blessing. So if you look at the flower, Maggie, if you look at the flower for 10 seconds, that's a blessing. If you bring your child over for 10 seconds, that's a blessing. If you listen to the word, something, on the internet, that's a blessing. So I'm explaining to you something very, very important, that there has to be full spectrum, dutiful preparation for proper practice. You want a miracle for your brain and your life and whatever, then do each level. Senses, psyche. What's psyche? Thoughts and emotions. So have a thought that you like, a quote, something. Scripture. Emotion. You can't think about it and wait for me to come up with some magic wand that fixes everything. I don't have that. But if you follow directions and your logic says that's irrefutable shit there, he's saying, then you can experience this building up of a platform to having a moment that ripples. Remember what we said before? Neuroplastic and epigenetic influence. Okay, you got the idea of what that is, right? Neuroplastic and epigenetic influence is determined by the strength of experience. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? You have one experience that echoes in your life. You have another experience that echoes in your life. You have a problem with the sister, it echoes in your life. You have a problem with yourself, whatever, echo, echo, echo. So why not choose to have an amazing moment right now? That's what we're going to do. You're choosing to create it. Now, since our attention span is at least 6-7 seconds, well, they say in science it's 8 to 10 seconds anyway. So mine's a little shorter. But since science says that, then you have to be non-cognitive follower. Not me. I'm just giving you the template. The template's irrefutable, so you can't mess with it. The template of human enlightenment and human change is your my favorites list and your personal things that you need to have catharsis with, your personal problems. It's not going to change. But your mind is so distracted that you can't even do that. You can't even do, all right, I'm going to follow direction. I'm going to do this one, the scent of lavender. I'm going to look at this site. This is the human mind, Nicole. Our human minds are this way. If we admit it and sit with the discomfort and just follow along, ABC, then you start to graduate because you're going to have a moment of falling in love and becoming happy. You're going to choose it. Andrea, will you draw a stick person for me? This dancer star. First step in all human process is catharsis. So we're going to go towards meditation now. And why doesn't everybody draw a stick person? Huh? And scribble on that stick person to where it is that you have a problem with your sister and you feel it there. Where it is that you're worried about your son and you feel it there. Let's see. Let's see Andrea's caca. What's it say up there? Oh, up there. Oh, right foot is going. No volume. Ankle.
It's my right knee.
Okay.
Yeah, I see I drew short legs because I'm short, you know.
Okay.
And this is my lower back only on the right, and then my shoulder blade on the right.
Okay. Do 10 more scribbles. Everybody do 10 more scribbles. Keep scribbling. Most of my struggle in sharing with everybody is to get you to take the covering off of where it is that you are sad and lonely and damaged and confused and problematic. But once you do this, it's so wonderful. It starts you to naturally receive from nature because it creates a vacuum. If you're really aware of your right knee, you have a problem in your right knee, or you're worried about your relationship or something, and you really feel that discomfort, it creates a vacuum to nature's energy, to the energy of that field where you're in right now. But we always want to think about it, talk about it. Can I see yours, Nicole? Is that okay? Something?
I don't have a piece of paper, so I got creative and I tried to draw on I tried to take a picture of a blank page and draw on my
Yeah.
phone.
So
I actually so I actually am like having it funny that you mentioned knee stuff, relationship stuff, and a little bit of low back stuff.
Okay.
So, but I obviously didn't mark which one is the front and which is the back of my stick figure, so sorry about that.
I hope you could be our next president. That's all I'm saying. Now, Danielle, let's see it. Yes. What do you got? Oh, wow. How about that, huh? Is the heart at all? And left knee?
Heart, left knee, inside left knee, all my torso, pelvis, and then there feels like there's like a wrapping around, there's like pressure a little bit around my head.
Well, the head pressure thing means that you're getting the magnetism because we've been starting again. And that's what happens first is you feel this magnetic pressure in your head. That's the kiss on the forehead, or the power on the forehead is what calms the cortex, and then you can become embodied. Think about everything we did up to now. I mean, I know you just came on, but we were doing the normal, Qigong and everything and babbling, but this stuck spot stuff is more important than anything, right? You see it? Because you cannot start to get to meditation unless you experience this. So if you run around the block, or you go outside, or you clean your room, or you do Qigong or whatever, that's only a prep. Physical exercise, Andre, is a prep for meditation. And so you want to put more attention into what meditation is. Meditation means that, Maggie, you have all of these giant blessings in communication with supernatural spirit. It means embodying it, which is disgusting, because you go into all of these problems. Can you show your stick person?
Mine's a lot. So my heart is big, my heart in my chest. My heart won't stop beating. And my hands are sweaty and shaky. And then my stomach is yuck. And then I kind of just outlined my bones because they're all very shaky today, and the thoughts don't stop.
Okay. Oh, it's like a little halo.
Huh?
The thought thing is like a little halo.
Yeah, I wish it was a halo. I'd feel so good.
Bring the halo down to the feet and underneath the earth. And forget the conception that down is just evil. We believe that down is evil because we're told that hell is down there. Why is that? As I mentioned earlier, it's because, Anthony, when you go down there, down there, down there, when you go down there, there's more gravity and magnetism. So the more dense a planet is, the more gravity it has. The more gravity it has, the more magnetism it has. The more magnetism it has, the more duality it has. So we don't go down there because that's conflict. We stay away from feet and earth and everything. The whole human race is avoiding conflict and not facing it in their own person and having a personal growing edge.
William.
Yes, please. Thank you.
What you just said about not facing it, would that be, so I have a thought, a memory, something bad to happen, and then I have a terrible feeling, and then, no, I don't want to feel that feeling. Then I have another thought that said that feeling's bad. So I never actually get to go into what I'm feeling. And I keep repeating that over and over and over again, and it just makes my mind more crazy. That feels like what's going on as far as my stuck list. Because if I have a thought and I have a terrible thought or that's bad, there's a feeling every time. There's a feeling that comes up. And then when I feel, oh, I don't feel good, or I feel sad, or I feel pissed or anxious, I don't want to feel the feeling. Then I'd simply go back into 10 more thoughts that tell me why I shouldn't feel it. Can you explain that? It sounds like you were just talking about that.
I think you're secretly healing Maggie. I know what you're doing. You can't fool me. I love Anthony. He asked me questions so that he could teach me. It's really nice of him. No, not answering anything. It's too perfect. Thank you very much. Yep, just be the master you are. Anybody wants to bother you, just knock them out. Violence is a spiritual path. Now, go down and find your feet and start to slow your breath. You have to understand conflict more and stop thinking that spirituality is non-conflict. That's not correct teaching that you've been given from the whole world. Because if I'm wrong and you're allowed to be in conflict, that means I could be subject to your scrutiny. So therefore, let's all play a game that there's no conflict really, and everything is nice, and there's nothing we're facing. It's not real. The only reason that you haven't gotten the coronavirus is because your immune system has destroyed it. If a child or somebody challenges you to a fight that is inappropriate, don't disappoint them. How you doing, Master Girl? Scared of me now, huh? After that. I love you, you love me. We're a great big. Oh, she's gonna start saying it. Guy's weird. Uh-oh. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones, ah, la, na, 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 na. M&M's is the way. M&M's is the way. I like peanut M&M's. Where did Andrea go? We can't see Andrea's hair. How are we gonna meditate now? La la na 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 na. Yes, Jesus loves me. All right. How long can you make your breath? Actually, the discipline is very simple now. How long can you make your breath? So just do that, and we're going to find a way to help you calm down enough that you can remember something wonderful. Have the best moment of your life. You just keep trying to have the best moment of your life. Start over. Try again. You'll gain progress. One tiny atom. Helpless I float in this infinite universe. Come to me, my dearest Lord. Comfort me today. Give me thoughts of virtue and bliss. Teach me the way of kindness and peace.
of virtue and grace. Teach me the way of kindness and peace. Give me thought of virtue and grace. Teach me the way of kindness and peace. Give me thoughts of virtue and grace. Teach me the way of kindness and peace. Help me to always love others.
Help me to always love and serve. Now, if the instruction to slow down your breath causes too much stress, then let it go for a little bit and start over again. But you want to get to the place where your breath, in Qigong is called turtle breathing or embryonic breathing. You access subconscious now. Let yourself rest your mind. Feel that you have 10 vanilla ice cream cones. In this infinite universe, come to me, my dearest. And let everybody and anybody do anything they need to do. You know, they say in Zen, die on your cushion. Very good instruction. Right now, you're going to relax. You don't care whether the world goes away or doesn't go away, you live or die or anything. You're going to be happy right now, period. Because you can. Just choose it, okay? Contentment is the greatest passion. You want more passion and power to heal yourself or anybody, then just be content. As almost like a command. Like a command of God. Be still. You know? You're choosing it now. You're just choosing to practice it. Closing my eyes, I see you inside. You can imagine Jesus coming to rescue you, reaching out his hand, whatever. But you're going to slow down more. That's the great key. Slowing down more. The deepest repair mode of mind and body is a coma, right? So like the alcoholic guy, I was saying to him, well, yeah, it would work. You would slow down. Why don't you just slow down instead of bringing tragedy to yourself to slow down? Just slow down now. Very boring repetition. The mouth should light up like a great bite of food or a sweet kiss. You should feel tingling sensation, mind and body, because you're being nourished. I think massage is like the greatest reference to meditation. You have this experience of deep relaxation. And the birds and ice cream and everything that's nice happens for you as an individual. You feel really special. You feel that somebody really knows how special you are. Now, the wind path in Qigong cools down fire. I hope they taught you this, Nicole. If not, you got it now. Wind path, water path, fire path. Certainly they did the fire path, circulating up the back and down the front. Well, the wind path is what calms you down. The wind path is up the front and down the back. It's the opposite. A little known secret in Qigong circles. So it's sort of like doing the opposite of getting things going. You're bringing power and energy and life up from the earth, up the front of your body, over your face, the top of your head, and down your back, and down into the earth. You're bringing earth essence, like the smell of soil, up through your heels, through the back of your legs, up the front of your body, over your face, over your head, down your back, and out the front of your legs. Imagine your palms on the soil in a garden, getting connected with the earth. Now that feeling is moving up through your heels, up the back of the legs, transferring to the front of your body, up the front middle of your body, over your heart, over your throat, over your lips and nose and face, forehead, top of the head, back of the head, back of the neck, over your spine, down your spine, vertebra by vertebra, going down, crossing over to the front of your legs, going down the front of your legs, and into the earth. Longer breath. Take 3. Imagining the inner earth, the living inner earth. Touching it, psychic tangibility, meaning that psychically you can touch it. You can touch the earth. You can touch the center of the earth, the metal ball, the center, the magma without getting burnt, the essence of that lava. Feel the center of the earth come up through the earth, up into your heels, up the back of the legs, crossing over to the front of your body, up the front of your body, chin, lips, nose, center of the forehead, top of the head, back of the head, back of the neck, down each of your vertebrae, but on top of them, as it goes down, down, down your spine. Crossing over to the front of the legs, moving down the front of your legs, all the way down through the front of your feet, into the earth. Reaching through the layers of soil and teeming life, the worms and beetles and all kinds of stuff. And the magma gives our magnetic field of our planet. The moving plates on top of it, moving solid rock plates. Down further, touching the metal ball, magnetized, super magnetized metal ball at the center of the earth. The source of our physical lives. Everybody is way too intellectual and way too spiritual. Forgot about grounding. Every single human being. Find the center of the ball of the magnetic sphere at the center of the earth. Bring the feeling up through the earth, the heels, back of the legs, over the navel, over the points, the front of the body, major places, like touching and anointing, top of the head, back of the head, back down on top of the spine, crossing over the pelvis to the front of the legs, down through the front of the legs, knees, shins, front of the feet, into the earth. That's called the wind path. Begin to transcend, meaning no thought, but not in some other world, in this body. The spiritual world is the greatest, but it has to be embodied. So first sort out your mind and body before transcending into all of this thought and spiritual stuff, you know, like the place we go to when we're asleep or in deep meditation. As we go into step 3 now, we're going to do the water path in Qigong. The water path is from the tip of the tongue, same as fire path in the sense of the tip of the tongue down the front line of the body, out the back of the heels, up from the earth. It's opposite. Remember, the wind path is opposite, closing everything down so that you can slow down. Now this water path is going to nourish the spine and brain. So you move down from the tongue, through the throat, front of the body, out the back of the legs, through the heels, into earth. Metal ball at the center of the earth, drawing up power in the front of the body, front of the feet, like grabbing the ground. Grab the ground with your feet, suck up the earth. That kidney point Nicole's talking about. They call it bubbling well. You know that, Nicole? Bubbling well. That means the bubble power of the earth comes up from there. So you're grabbing the ground with your feet and you're sucking the cleaving to the earth like you do when you're in deep sleep. Your body's really heavy. It sucks the earth, cleaves to the earth. So you're grabbing that, sucking up through the front of your feet, up the front of the legs. And then instead of going on top of the spine, you're going to go in the center of the spine. That's what makes a water path the water path. And this is advanced Qigong stuff again. So get a feeling of the center of your spine. Now that's where all your nerves come from. That's the connection place between God and matter. Spine and brain is the altar of God. So you're moving up now through the center of your spine, spinal cord. Center of your spinal cord, like a magnetic wave. You know those Tesla coils? So if somebody put a finger up your back, your spine, you would feel that, right? So you have to have a tangible feeling of this magnetism moving through your spinal cord up, 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 up to the brain, clearing the brain, clearing out everything, going up into the cosmos, down from the cosmos now. Celestial communication, the cosmic download. Why? Because that's what's here. If you're awake, you know it. Stars are out right now, twinkling stars. They come out in through the top of the head. Roof of the mouth and tongue, touch your tongue to the roof of the mouth. That connects the yin and yang systems in the body. Bring the energy down through the tongue from the top of the mouth. Feeling of twinkling starlight down the front of your body. Cross over to go out down through the back of your body, through your heels. Now feel in your body some type of contentment that allows you to press your brain on pause. If you don't get to embryonic breathing and meditation, the peace that passes all understanding in Christianity, then you don't get anywhere. You can make it happen every time you practice. All you have to do is follow directions. I'm not saying it'll solve all your problems. We all have different karma. But it'll happen every time. And that's what you want for your future. You want to make sure this happens when you practice. So you're choosing step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 3 now is some great contact. I remember when I was in the parking lot going to see Amaji, I felt like there was these gallons of good spirit in the air, and I was feasting on them. I suddenly realized that I was starving, and I was feasting on gallons of good vibes. So you need to become clear about what does that for you physically. If you don't feel it physically, then it doesn't really matter. Even if you die and experience heavenly states, you still are going to be lecherous because your body is screaming at you for attention. So you still be in a hell realm. So there's no escape. You have to face whatever you are right now and feel it physically, because as long as you have a body, your mind and your body is the same thing. You have one thought, brain chemistry, hormones, everything changes with one thought, one experience. So feel in your body the experience of something that causes great contact in gallons. I remember the lavender fields Carolina shared with me. These pictures of these amazing lavender fields in Mexico. That's a great contact in gallons thing for me, and I think for Lena as well. And what other ones? I've got 50 pages of it. Make your list. And you go through that list, you'll find something again, again, again. All right, step 3, great contact in gallons. Alternate between no breath and sighs of relief. Very clear instruction. You're going to well up the contentment because you're choosing it, happiness, and in your body. And you're going to pause like a peak of a beautiful hug. You got the best hug you ever had from somebody safe. And then all of a sudden you're like gone. And then you come back to yourself like, wow, your body's lit up. All right. Natural pauses, sighs of relief. This is the actual sound of the sun. The magnetic waves of the sun put into frequencies. And I'm going to screen share so that you can see these pictures of the sun taken with different filters, these live video screens. Where do you do screen share? This one? So you could peek if you want to see them. Don't be afraid to rest. Rest while you still have a chance to rest. Who knows what the future brings around this world? So if you don't rest now, your future is worse. Just do it now. All the 3 steps now merge together. That first step of your exposed stuff is now here. The second step of letting something in to help and going super slow is here. And the third step of the most experienced result of advanced meditation, Qigong, of natural pause and sigh of relief, it's here. Keep going a little bit more now. So you could choose silence in your mind, say for 10 seconds. That's going to be your practice, okay? You're going to say the next 10 seconds, I'm not going to think about anything, and just go ahead and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can make it happen because a beautiful scene in nature causes that. A wonderful moment causes that. So it happens to you every day. I'm just showing you how you can choose to make it happen, because silence is mental antiseptic. If you in fact rest right now, well, your interaction with whomever in 10 minutes, 20 minutes is going to be better. Because now as you come down from meditation, you should see your relationships. You should see what you're doing next. You did your practice, it didn't work as usual. Okay. Now you're going to apply the little bit that you gained to the grind. So there's 2 things that could happen now. You will accept the grind of life, that you have a problem, they have a problem, you have a blessing, they have a blessing. You can accept that grind and not be dissociative and try to be transcendental of it. Or you can be in shock and try to be above it. You can choose the weightlifting of the daily grind. And if you do that, the agitations will change you and the blessings will fortify you. But you got to just come off the high horse and enter the grind and wipe the dishes and whatever you got to do. So spirit touches energy, touches body, and now the psychic field is here. Whoever's in your life. You can feel them close to you, and you can begin to vow that they're here to heal you, whoever it is, whatever it is. And you can sacrifice, give them something. Even if you have to defend yourself, the best way is to become a master in life. Set enlightenment and transfiguration and stuff like that as your real goal. In your own mind and body. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Anthony, what happened to you? You there? Teach us, Master, before we go. What's our parting words of wisdom? We can't hear you. Oh, I'm going to turn the sun off.
Sorry, I unmuted. Yeah, I was listening to the sun. I thought I saw Mercury drift by there in one of the videos. It's like, what is that? Oh, it must be Mercury.
Oh, is that what one of the planets that you could see in the shadow of the sun or something?
Yeah, I don't think the sun has a moon, but I don't know any other planet closer, so that's my assumption. I don't know.
Okay.
Could be Mercury. Anyways.
I asked.
I don't know. I think there's one quote that came to me. This too shall pass. So if I'm under stress and anxiety and just this too shall pass, because it'll pass, you know? And if I grab onto it and grab onto it and grab onto it, it ain't going to pass. It's just going to build up like that boulder I was talking about earlier. So I'd say my advice would be to find a good quote that allows stuff to dissolve in a way. Like that's a good one. This too shall pass. And it's like you just said, the meditation where we have to let the stuff in. We have to accept that, you know, there's bad, there's good, there's anxiety. I never heard it described as rising above it. Like you just said, though, that was kind of cool. So I go, yeah, it's bad, but I'm going to do this. That's like me jumping up in arrogance, thinking that I don't have any problem. And then the opposite is, poor me, I'm a victim. This all this stuff happened to me. So you just described a little dance that we can do and just see what happens. You know? Yeah. Because my mind will try to predict what's going to happen. And I already know that's not the answer, because my mind will go to one of those things you just talked about. Either I'm a victim, or, you know, I'm better than this, I can do more, and watch this, I'll show you, you know. So anyways, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Thank you so much. Maggie, will you please promise that you'll message Anthony to create your new talk friendship? Okay. Nicole, anything before we go?
No, it was just nice to see everybody. Thank you for sharing the space with me.
Are you kidding? We love you so much at Silly Beans. Thank you very much for being here, and please keep coming over, and let's go with this for another 20, 30 years, and we might get at least 0.5% results. And feel free to message me, anything you need, okay? Danielle, what do you say? You've got the magic farmland for us, huh? You can bless us with your new blessing. Yeah?
Share. I'll have to share it with you guys when I get there.
Woo! Oh, that's right. The next one you'll be there. It's 10 minutes away. The sister is all over. It's 10 minutes away. It's total magic land. And Danielle is like all mixed up because of what the sister's doing. Yeah. Nice to see you.
Not anymore. I feel good now.
Honey Pie, will you bless us with your loveliness? I'm going to go over there and wash your feet in 5 minutes.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing the beautiful experience. Always a pleasure to see you all and learn from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you last Thursday of this month. Please, this is so infinite. You can message me. Nicole, if you want the updates on the latest version of the text or the Tao Te Ching book, I don't know what you have or what you need, but please just don't think about it, Maggie and everybody. Just do it 10 seconds, 5 minutes, some silly routine, whatever, and forget the world. And, you know, if you do like what we did today, and when you're going to look at the world and your grandparents, Nicole, and whoever, you'll watch. You're going to see how much more influence you have. I love you all. We'll see you soon.
Aloha.
Aloha.